as was debated in Senate. When they were copying the order paper, they missed a part which has actually been circulated on your mobile phones. I put clause 29, now clause 30, and I call upon the Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, on the actual bill on clause 29, on the section on disclosure of assets and financial interests of members of Parliament, the Senate in the discussion proposed that for the purposes of this section, standing orders shall make provision for it's between line 25 and 35, where it says, to the extent to which the asset disclosure requirement shall apply to spouses and children and other dependent or non-dependent family members and business or non-business associates. So the Senate proposed that we remove or non-dependent family members and we remove also non-business associates because these are too distant. So the proposal was that we amend this on this section and the next section, which is section 30, clause 30, on clause 30 again on page 23, but we get to, so you have to put them separate. I propose that we deal with this one first. It's a straightforward one where we don't want to encumber members to look for distant relatives to say what wealth do we have for the purposes of declaration. I think the Senate observed that this was not necessary, and it was agreed that it be referred for consideration. I submit, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I put the question that the amendment be now made. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is accordingly affirmed and the amendment is hereby made. I put the question that the substituted clause 29, now 30, as amended, stands part of the bill. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is accordingly affirmed and the substituted clause 29, now 30 is amended, stands part of the bill. I shall now report the bill with amendments. We are not yet finished. Thank you, Honorable Minister, but it's not here now.
Yes, because it's the same. The privileges and immunities, exactly what we have removed.
Okay.
The next clause for other public servants, we are removing it on page 23, which is the next clause, clause 30 on page 23, between lines 10 and 20, which is subclause 4C, we remove exactly the same that we have removed there.
Okay.
Yes.
I put clause 30. I think the minister has already made his submission. So I proceed. I put the question that the amendment be now made on clause 30. I put the question that the amendment be now made. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no.
On a point of order, Chair. Come on, like our parliament is a debate. You should understand that. That is why we are here as parliamentarians. Please bear with us.
Honorable Mazwanyika, what is your point of order?
Oh, thank you, Chair. I thought, Chairman, I think you skipped the part for allowing us to debate clause 30 because it talks about the sovereign wealth fund of Zimbabwe. So I think there was no opportunity for debate.
Yes, what the minister has said, he has deleted the same things that are on clause 29.
Yes, that's what I wanted to debate because I was just checking. Was part of this amendment. Please keep quiet if you have nothing.
Honorable Chair, I think the honorable member was not listening. What I have put forward is the amendment that is, and I've even indicated the pages. Don't worry about the amendments that you are seeing on the order paper. Follow what is in the actual bill. I said the disclosure of assets is in two parts. Under the clause that speaks to the parliamentary privileges and immunities, and then disclosure of assets and interests by public servants, which is in the bill as new clause inserted. Clause 30, new section inserted in chapter 9.24, and is on page 23 between lines 10 and 20. So if you can debate that to say, do you want your distant relatives' assets to be listed among your assets?
Can you indulge me, Honorable Chair?
Yes.
Can I proceed? Thank you. I think we are reading from a different script because there is this amendment that was posted on the group of the 10th Parliament. It is clause 17, clause 19, and then clause 30. And if you look at clause 30 on this amendment, it talks about the sovereign wealth fund, which is totally divorced from what the Honorable Minister is saying. So I want that clarity so that we move together along that.
Yes, the amendment is a new clause 30
yes.
that has been inserted.
Yes, that's what I wanted to debate.
Okay.
I want to confirm with the Minister if we are now on the same page. So that I can debate.
That's what he has said.
Thank you.
Thank you. I put the question that the amendment be now made. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is accordingly affirmed, and the amendment is hereby made. I put the question that the substituted clause 29, now 30, as amended, stands part of the bill. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is accordingly affirmed, and the substituted clause 29, now 30, as amended, stands part of the bill. What is that? Honorable Minister, what is the numbering of the part that deals with the sovereign wealth? What is the number now? Yes, what number? But it now becomes clause 31. Yes, so the clause that deals with the sovereign wealth is now clause 31. I shall now report the bill with amendments.
So, Chair, on a point of order, Chair.
Oh, okay.
On a point of order, Chair.
Sorry, just wait a little bit. I think the minister is coming back. Honorable Madzwanzira, what did you want to say?
Okay. Sorry, Chair, I wanted clarification whether we are going to order 31 or clause 31 or not. I wanted clarification.
Because it close 30 that I amendment. 30 is why yeah 31. I put new clause 31, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to bring the proposal from the Senate that we have a substitution of clause 29, now clause 31, which will read 31, amendment of chapter 2220, the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Zimbabwe Act, chapter 2220, number 7 of 2014 as amended, subsection A, by the repeal of section 22, subsection B, in section 27, subsection 1, by the deletion of the title and the substitution of, open quotes, compliance with host country laws, close quotes. Subsection 2, by the repeal of subsection 2. I move that this amendment be stays part of the bill.
Honorable Minister, may you please approach the chair. I put new clause 30, amended clause 31. Is there any debate?
Yes, Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Madziwanika.
Thank you very much. Chairperson, I would like to draw your attention to clause 31 as amended, part A, which talks of the repeal of section 22 of the Sovereign Wealth Fund Act of Zimbabwe. If you look at the part A, which moves for the repeal of section 22 of the Sovereign Wealth Fund, what comes into my mind is, what does section 20 of the Sovereign Wealth Fund Act says?
Order. Honorable Chair.
Point of order, Honorable Minister.
By Senate, which was not adopted by this House, is part B of that clause. So if the member can now debate that which was referred, not that which they agreed, I think.
That's in order, Honorable Minister. Let's debate the new provision.
I felt guided, Chair. If it is only part B that is available for debate, I will just withdraw. Thank you.
Thank you. I put the question that the amendment be now made. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the question is accordingly affirmed, and the amendment is hereby made. I put the question that the substituted clause 31 as amended stands part of the bill. Those of that opinion will say aye. Those of the contrary opinion will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The question is accordingly affirmed, and the substituted clause 31 as amended stands part of the bill.